Okay, good news, good morning, good evening, good day, wherever you are today. Of course, today is the 7th of March of, yes, April 7th, I'm sorry, I think April 7th of 2021. Yes, the stimulus check arrived, as I said in the morning vlog. And yes, we did get it. And yes, I did order the MacBook. And yes, I want to make sure that you know, indeed, it was the 8 gigabyte of RAM model with a 500 gigabyte hard drive. And that's what we ordered. So I'm happy about that we got the one that would be a good entry level one. They also offered as an optional add on. I didn't take it, but maybe I should have, but I can always get it later on. Is to get the one upgrade the memory to 16 gigabytes. However, please understand that the 16 gigabytes was not the factory default. Okay, so if you go with 16 gigabytes of RAM, that was an unofficial upgrade that was not endorsed by Apple in the first place. That was 8 gigabytes, which for majority of the work we do here on YouTube, that should be plenty for everyday work on this channel. Today we're going to try to use this morning show to discuss last night's show in detail and why we deleted it. Because Blazing Leo kind of had her own piece on this, and I want to share her comment with you all. Nothing bad. As she explained in a comment to me, I'm just getting things ready for the panel here. She explained to me her view, and I told her that we could talk about it in the morning show. Okay, so let me pull up the comment, and you can hear it, and see what you think about the comments. Let me get to the comment section here. Let's see. It was from this morning's one, so let's see here. Ones I haven't yet responded to. Blazing Leo said, she said, and it's a pretty long one. She said, Michelle, you crack me up. LOL. I understand you felt the need to delete last night's show, and that is you're right because it is your channel. But last night's show, you had a lot of viewers in the beginning. Hi, Rusty. How you doing? Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. I got a story about Rusty a little bit too. But let me finish this. Reading this comment here. Okay. A lot of viewers in the beginning. People came in to have a laugh, kickback. The crowd of supporters you have like that content. If you take that away, people will stop coming until you get a more like-minded people on your streams. It's going to keep happening. Now, I am not saying to go along with something that makes you upset, hurts your feelings, or disrespectful, but you're going to have to bend here. Bend your rules at least at the night shows to keep them numbers up. Monetization doesn't make or break you. If people enjoy your show, you can make more money. Of course, this is just my opinion and observation. Everyone has to bend, and you have viewers who like to tease and laugh. One more thing. I have had people come to me and tell me they feel ignored in the chat. Please engage more with your audience. Okay, and I told her that we would discuss this morning. So let's try to get the audience in the chat. Okay, first of all, for the audience in the chat, I'm sorry that I sometimes seem like I ignore you. I don't try to. It's just that during the panels, I'm trying to focus on the panels, and sometimes, um, I think that kind of resulted in a lot of people feeling like they were being ignored, and that was not the intention. Ignoring you wasn't even what I was thinking about doing. You all are part of the show. You all are the reason the show exists. Okay? You are the reason that we have a show. And what happens is sometimes during the panels, there's a lot of people talking, and I have to concentrate on that. And I also have to keep my fingers on the volume control in case people come on and start playing music and things like that. So sometimes I get so really sidetracked. I'm trying to watch and moderate the live the live panels. Unfortunately, the people in the chat do get ignored. And I want to personally just tell you I'm very sorry about that, because I'm not trying to ignore any of you. But it's just that I'm trying to focus on getting the show up there and the viewers. And you guys are just as important to my show as, of course, the people in the panel. That's why we have the panels. The panel is not just for those few people, but it's meant to be a place where everybody could come and talk and speak up. Unfortunately, some of the people that have come on the panel have kind of lost track of what my show was intended to be. A night shows is a lot of work. I do 16 tons to do and keep an eye on the phone and the panels, and then read the chats. It's just a lot of stuff to do. But last night's show was a problem because nobody told me that they were going to try to make jokes about saying I was running some kind of bed and breakfast, which totally was not even expecting that. So that's the reason why I already was upset about something earlier. And unfortunately, that was just not what I was expecting. And I kind of took it out on some of you guys, and I apologize. But I can gladly explain some of it to you, what it was, so you understand. Okay, first of all, there's two things. There are dishes, the 2 broken bowls and 2 broken cups. I contacted the manufacturer. I gave them the order number. I gave them my address and everything. Here's the problem. They have the address of the person that ships out the item. They don't have my address. So unfortunately, I'm getting emails with the addresses of the people who ordered the item, and the bowl and the cups are supposed to go to those people's addresses and not to my address. I explained, and I sent the information, copy of the invoice and information. It says it was a gift for me from Amazon, and that I was the recipient of the box. I even took a snapshot of the shipping actual label from the box with the tracking number, which also associated with the photograph receipt, so that they could look it up. And one of the customer service people said, "Okay, that kind of helps," but unfortunately, there's like 3 or 4 people, and they're trying to basically they're tripping over each other's feet in customer service. And so one person says to me, claiming that my name is one of the people who ordered the item, which I'm not. I'm the recipient, not the person that ordered it. And they were going to send the replacement bowl to their address. And I was like, so am I going to get the 2 replacement bowls and the 2 replacement cups? Or is the individuals that they're shipping the bowls and cups to going to have to reship those bowls and cups to me instead? Now, do you understand what I'm getting at? So that was what was on my mind earlier before the show. And then, of course, me and Mike were having our own little slight issues about trying to clean up the house. and try to get things organized because he left a legacy of a mess. And as a tourist, they do that. They're not necessarily the cleanest people in the world, but the point is that so I ended up, even after the show was over, I ended up spending 3 hours cleaning the house afterwards because he had left. So I had spent 3 hours cleaning the house, cleaning the kitchen, sorting out my tools to find out what tools I needed to continue to replace for missing tools. Fortunately, I think I'm all cut up now my tools. And it was just an example of just how frustrating it was of the fact is that now, because he's sloppy, he left containers of food, open containers of food on his little table. They were going bad, and I had to throw those out because they were going to be bringing in bugs. I was just going through a lot last night after the show, never mind the before. So that's one of the reasons why I was a little bit upset before we even went live, was because of the issue with the dishes. But then again, the point is that it just seemed that just like that little piece of sand that actually in the end becomes a pearl in an oyster. It's just frustrating. Okay. So the other thing is nobody said to me is, hey, Michelle, look, how about one night we just pretend you run a bed and breakfast? Making they work and hamming up, but with the knowledge that you know about it ahead of time. Well, I don't personally have a problem with that idea. But then again, somebody thought of fun was to call the police on me. Remember that when they were swatting me? Yeah, that was your idea of fun. Wasn't my idea of fun. Wasn't the Winston Police's idea of fun. But they were sure cackling like a little 2-year-old about how the fun they were having the police show up at my door. Now, that's the reason why I don't want to have the show gets too crazy, because sometimes people don't know the bounds of where it's when fun isn't so fun anymore. And that's what I wanted to talk to some of you guys here in the morning show about, because I do want to see if we can try to find a happy compromise for everybody. So if you want to talk to me in the panel, come talk to me on the panel. If you want to come to me in chat, talk to me in chat. I'm reading your chat right now. Right now, I don't see anybody really engaging. The only one I see right now, 16 tons. No one else is here. So, I mean, or at least they're not actively engaging me. So I want to know, what should we do? Where do we set the boundaries for the shows? I find you very entertaining and thought-provoking. Well, thank you. But is there anything particular about me that you find thought-provoking and entertaining? What particularly is it about me that you find entertaining and thought-provoking? That's a good question. I only got 3 people in here right now. Where's the rest of the people? I thought you were up to 7. I thought I was up to 7. Yeah. 4. You started a little early. I know I started a little early. Yes, but what about me, Stony, that you find entertaining and thought-provoking? That's kind of an open-ended statement. It's like, how do you find me entertaining and thought-provoking? Well, you are an original. You've been doing this day in, day out for many years. Yes, 11 years, actually. But remember, when I first started out, though, I wasn't doing live streams. I started out just doing videos. And I would do a video sometimes 2 or 3, 4 times a day, depending on the different topics that I would cover. Yeah, thank you. I do agree that I do have a sense of humor and that I am intelligent. That's absolutely true. But I do wonder, though, is given what we're talking about last night's show, is what would you recommend that we try to do? Because I know some people find that stuff fun, but we're how far should we take it? I guess that's the question. I mean, like some of them kept calling the police on me, thinking that was fun. I don't think that was fun. I thought, and me and the police thought that was rude, actually. So I mean, that makes it really hard, you know. Um, and there's five on now. Five are coming on. Yeah, five are in. So the question is if we are to have a fun show, kind of similar to last night, where do we consider it we're at a point where it's no longer fun? Because I really have a hard time, explaining that to some people. I mean, some people get it right off the bat. Oh, we get it straight out, but others are like, I mean, there's different people. I mean, my channel has reaches out to many different audiences. Like blatantly said, I mean, my channel covers many different concepts, many different types of programs, many different topics. Until this last year, starting as of last year, I never had the police called on me. I never considered swatting / doxing. He's typing. He's continuing on. Yeah. Well, I don't either, but unfortunately, there were people on this channel that did find that to be hilarious. So again, I mean, I don't even know where, where how far should people be going with their comedy routines? And then there's another valid issue. Some people will watch this channel, can't tell the difference between reality and non-reality. So when you get into that, or you got people who can't seem to tell the difference between reality and non-reality, it makes it really hard because they think that I'm this, buffoon that comes on camera and basically just lives it up and hams it up for fun. And I don't, because I do like to keep things on a somewhat serious level too. That's okay, Stoney. It sounds to me like you're saying is that you have a hard time explaining, but about this, what you're saying about the swatting and the doxing. Are you getting? I mean, it sounds to me like you're getting frustrated. I'm not trying to frustrate anybody. Okay, I listen while I'm at work. Okay. All right. So, but I really would like to get some other people that participate in the chat. But there's 5 people watching. Well, a lot of them, like he's saying, are working right now. That's the part of the problem is that the show in the morning is during when a lot of Americans are at work or getting ready for work. Whereas the night show tends to be more when most Americans are out of work. Yeah, but then it's too late for the people in the UK because it's like midnight their time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to take over the chat. Well, right now you're the only one here. So don't be afraid to just to type when you can type. You know, you're the only one that's responding here. No one else is even here. Even speaking up. I'm watching the screen and they're not even engaging me. They're not even speaking to me. So I don't even know where the rest of them are. There's 6 of them here, but they're not engaging. So because they're not engaging, I don't know what, if it's because they're busy or if they're because they're not sure what to say. There's a difference. If you're busy, you can't speak because you're in your job. If you're afraid you don't know what to say, that's probably not because you're busy, but maybe you don't know what to say that you're afraid you might cause some kind of a problem. So it seems to me. Okay, Stan, thank you. So it seems to me like the problem is honestly the night crew would be the ones to talk to about this. I did talk to Monica about it. I didn't actually get a chance to speak to Blazing Leo last night after the show. I talked to Monica though, but I didn't talk to Blazing Leo. Of course, anybody can speak up. Why don't you put the panel link up? I put the panel link up. Yeah, I could do that. Because I'm already on the panel waiting for people to join anyway. So, yeah. So, I mean, the morning show is a lot different than the night shows. Some people like the morning shows because it's more relaxed, easier, to join in. So let me go through and explain, as I said, besides the issue of the idea of claiming I ran an inn motel bed and breakfast for homeless people. Apparently, some of the jokers, which we suspect there was one character in particular, but that's okay, was blind and I was running a drug haven. You have to understand one thing, even though they were joking about it, as I said, some of the people in my audience can't tell reality from fiction. And because they can't tell the difference. How you doing, MJ? Then somebody might call the DEA on me, and along with, the Chamber of Commerce claiming I'm running a drug haven or something. I'm not, okay? So the joke would have been basically that I run a drug house or something. Which really is not a laughing matter, because once you get stuck with the DEA and law enforcement over that, it's no longer a laughing matter. So that's the reason why we have to find where the right way to deal with that. How far do you go? How far do you not go? It's okay, MJ. Yeah, you might want to rewind the video a little bit, watch some of the earlier entry where we're talking about it. What we were talking about was like last night's show, which got kind of rowdy, and I erased it because I thought it was inappropriate for my channel. And I think it was not where I wanted to have my channel go to. a drug den. Saying they run a bed and breakfast in motel drug den. The problem is that, as I said, some people who SWAT and call the police for fun may seriously tell that to the police, which isn't even true. And then you got the police and the drug enforcement agency breathing on your neck, along with somebody thinking that you're running an unregistered bed and breakfast or motel. Then you have to deal with a building code and compliance officer. People don't really know the difference sometimes, I think, between facts and reality and fiction. So that's why you got to be so careful on YouTube, because some people can't tell the difference between the two. So, besides, Michelle wouldn't have been monetized anyway. That show was just so off the wall. It was just totally off the wall. Well, I turned the monetization off of that show because I felt that it was not appropriate, and I changed for 18 plus because it definitely was not rated PG. It definitely was NC-17. Many of these trolls are immature, arrested development, half-wits, underdeveloped, unemployed, living in their parents' basements. Well, many of them maybe stand, but if you're, unfortunately, a large part of them are also my audience. Do you want to seriously see this channel go below 1,000 subs real quick? I don't think that's the answer. The most of them are only on the night shows. They're not in the morning shows. Yeah, a lot of people have lost their minds. And I don't think COVID-19 really helped any either with the lockdowns. I think a lot of people really seriously had their whole sense of reality totally put through a shredder. Okay, Schmiggle Cat wants to join us. Okay, where's the stupid button there? There we go. Hi, Paul. How you doing?
Hey, Michelle. How's it going?
It's going all right. We're talking about the...
I know what you're talking about, Michelle. I've been sitting here listening to you. Michelle, I don't think there was any need for you to take your show down from last night. You're telling people that, the viewers can't tell fiction from reality. And I think that's really your case, Michelle. I mean, the DEA isn't going to come to your house because someone.
Oh, what about the fact that But Paul, what about the fact that the cops kept being called because somebody thought it was funny?
Michelle, that was a month ago. Those people don't call anymore. The DEA wouldn't come to your house because someone called them and said that you're running a drug den, Michelle.
How can you tell, Paul? Honestly, how can you really tell?
I can tell, Michelle. I've dealt with the DEA before. They're not going to come to your house because someone makes a random report. You literally have to have evidence. There has to be. They're not going to come to your house, Michelle. The DEA will not come to your house. Okay. Do you have drugs at your house?
Stan says if they, talking about the people calling the show, cross the line and you condone it, you could possibly ending up losing your channel. Yes.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, Michelle. You've drawn all your callers away. You only have like 2. You don't even have fun with them. You hang up on them. I mean, your channel's really going down. You can't have fun over here, Michelle. You play 5 seconds of music. You yell. You're always, bitching and crying about your monetization until someone donates to you. It's really becoming a bit much.
Well, the problem is that, you think I'm the one who wants it to be like this? I have to follow the guidelines that YouTube has established, okay, and the end user license agreement. I have to follow their
Michelle,
rules.
you take that agreement a little bit too seriously and literally. Again, I know people.
And so do they. They also don't
no,
exactly get.
Michelle. Again, on your end, I know people who have 500,000 subs. They play music. They listen to YouTube. Watch YouTube videos. They don't have a license. They don't have a music license. I mean, again, your show is just becoming to where you can't do anything or have fun, and that's fine if that's the show you want. But I feel that personally, I'm bringing your show down. I might step away for a while. I want you to keep your monetization. I don't want people to have to donate to you because they feel like you need to get that monetization. So I'm probably going to step away from your show.
I mean, people want to donate. That's certainly is their choice.
That's the point, though. You're
now, wait a minute, Paul. I think you're missing a point. Two things you're missing, but I'm going to bring them both up. Okay.
Sure.
Number one, I understand the donations is a voluntary thing. Some people like to do it. Some people don't. All right, I understand that. I don't even push it. If people donate, that's wonderful. I'm happy about it. Okay.
Well, you do push it, though, Michelle. That's the problem. You do push it. You're sitting, you'll cry about your monetization, and you're worried about it, and that basically makes people donate because they feel bad for you. So you kind of do push it.
Yeah, but there's one thing, though. If Michelle loses YPP, she loses Super Chat, too.
Michelle, what did you do before you had YouTube monetization? Were you not able to live?
I only had
Patreon.
Able to
live without this YouTube stuff? Because before you were doing just fine. I mean, and now you're acting like it's your livelihood. Like this is literally your income. I mean, you were able to live fine without the YouTube money and all that shit before. I don't get why. I get it's a big deal, but you stress over it way too much. I mean, I get it. You want your monetization, but if you lose it on 1 or 2 videos, Michelle, you literally put out 15 plus videos a week. So, I mean, you lose monetization on 1 or 2 of them. I mean, is it really that big of a deal?
Well, I'm just an anxious person naturally. I don't
know what to tell you then. I mean, like I said, maybe I'll just take a break from your channel. You can run it. There won't be any worries about losing your monetization or having to delete streams just because someone plays 5 seconds of music or calls in with a funny phone call.
I don't think the music is necessarily the problem. I think Michelle is talking about is that there are people on YouTube that have no understanding where the comedy versus reality line is.
No one's going to.
And Michelle doesn't want to see where what was supposed to be funny, or even potentially funny, isn't so funny anymore.
Well, no one's called the police.
For example, Michelle was never told that you were going to make a joke about claiming she was running a motel for vagrants.
Why not just go with it, Michelle? Why not just go with it? Do you think honestly that these people are calling up and they're homeless and they want to come live with you? No, they're joking around and you don't go with it. You just hang up on people. That's why no one calls in the show anymore. Because you just hang up on people, Michelle. No one calls in except for 1 or 2 people. You know, we used to have a number of people calling in, and now you have like literally 2 people who call in the show. And I'm grateful for those 2 people who call in, but I mean, it's just, yeah, I don't know. You need to come up with some content, Michelle, some ideas.
I'm working on some content right now on a vlog.
Yeah, that's a vlog, though, not your live stream. You need to come up with some content for your live streams, Michelle. You start it up every day, and you talk about the stimulus check, and
right now there's not much to say about the current stimulus check. It's just that most people have already gotten it now, which is good.
I haven't gotten mine. I don't think I'm getting one this round. So,
well, when did you file your tax return?
I don't remember. Did you do one this year? Did you file taxes this year, Michelle?
Not yet, but because I'm on disability, I got it from my Social Security.
You got your check though today, right? Did your check go through today?
Yeah, I did. I got it today.
Yeah.
I put $1,000 of it into the bank, into the savings account.
Yeah.
And then I bought the laptop and some other small accessories with about $400. So.
Oh, you already bought.
Don't forget, I also used part of the $200 from the YouTube partner program so I could help finance the parts.
I mean, you're getting plenty of money, Michelle. You really shouldn't be worried about 1 or 2 streams getting demonetized, or you kind of you kind of got to go with the flow a bit more, Michelle. Your show was great when you used to just go with the flow, and now you're just uptight about every single little thing. It's not even. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I think I might take a little break though from the evening shows personally. Again, so you can have your monetization. You don't have to worry about anybody, taking away.
As far as you goes, the thing is, I know that you would like to see Michelle do more fun stuff, and Michelle does kind of agree with you.
Yeah,
but
I get it.
The question is where can we go without potentially not worrying about the monetization specifically? Michelle is worried about that sometimes that the calls are causing her a little bit of anxiety, which is a different thing than monetization. Monetization is just like it's just like a minor detail. But
I've told you 100 times, Michelle, and I guess this will be 101. You kind of just have to have fun with the calls. Troll the people back when they call and troll you. Don't be so uptight about the calls. Have fun with the calls. Again, Michelle, have fun with the calls. If someone says, I got some cats to bring over, say, come on over, bring them over. Don't get all uptight about it and get all frustrated. Have fun with the people. Go along with the call sometimes, literally just go with the flow. You got to go with the flow, Michelle. You used to do that sometimes.
Sometimes I do still.
But not really. A lot of times you just hang up on the people though, Michelle, really, really quickly. You don't even entertain it. You don't listen to what they have to say. And that's why a lot of people just don't call in anymore, to be honest. You just hang up on them.
What do you think about what Stoney Jenkins says? LOL. I know for a fact a lot of people have completely lost their minds.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I would agree with that. But I don't think anyone would ever call the DEA on you, Michelle. I know the things have happened to you in the past, but you have to consider they haven't happened since like January. It's April now. All those people have moved on from your stream. You don't have to worry about people doing that to you anymore. I hated when they were doing that to you, Michelle. I want you to have fun. I want you to have a good show too. But I don't want to bring your show down. I really don't want to bring your show down, Michelle.
All right.
I want you to have your monetization, but at the same time, it's just kind of the same thing day in and day out.
The thing is, even Michelle was nice enough to tell YouTube, sorry, I don't want the monetization in this video. I cancel the monetization for this video. They're going to still take it. They're still going to give the copyright music to the copyright holder at least, so they would get 100% of any revenue Michelle would have gotten from the video. And
it's like $2, Michelle. It's like literally $2. I mean, that can't make or break your pocket, right? $2. It's not that big a deal, right?
Maybe it's like $2. Depends on how many people show up.
Yeah, but, I want you to have a good show, Michelle. I would encourage you to maybe come up with some content ideas. You were talking about having a game night one night, maybe even doing a karaoke.
Which we never got that set up yet. I mean, we have it.
Right. You've got nothing. You have no content or anything.
I never bought the Trivia Pursuit board. I have to get that.
Or just something, we got to think of something. I mean, it's just the same thing day in and day out, and kind of gets a bit repetitive. And again, you just sit and you're. Let me ask you a related question
about some of the other shows on YouTube, because I mean, my show is not entirely that unique. Right. Some of the shows in the drama community, they do the same thing, the same shtick every day. Okay. Their shtick is not my shtick, okay? I mean, the whole thing is that they are basically putting each other down, ripping each other apart. They're making fun of other people.
That, Michelle. I'm not telling you to do that by any means.
Okay, but, what I'm asking is why are they getting more people for when they're hurting each other than a channel that doesn't hurt each other on purpose?
That's what people want to see, Michelle, That's what some people want to see. I mean, again, you come on here and talk about the stimulus check every day, and
You mean to tell me? You mean to tell me possibly 5 billion people watching YouTube, that there is not more than 1,066 people who would like to see a channel where people treated people with kindness?
Well, there's nothing. No, there's channels out there like that, Michelle. But again, your content is pretty much the same thing every day. You know, you talk about the stimulus, and then you hang up on phone callers and complain about your monetization. It's literally what your show has been lately. You just need to come up with some content, Michelle. Before you used to do your shows, you used to have topics. You used to talk about world news. You used to talk about weather. I mean, and you barely cover any of those things anymore.
Well, right now the weather, I can just tell you right now, it's stable. It's not major like shocker. It's warming up. I mean, it's not much to say. It's not my season.
I would say maybe just try and come up with some topics, you know, or watch some YouTube or like review.
Sometimes it helps if the audience brings up topics. Sometimes if an audience brings up something, because sometimes I need to kind of have like a jump start, you know, like, so if someone brings up something, then I can discuss it, because then I might be able to think about what it is. And
or maybe you won't want to discuss it because of the monetization, you know. Someone starts talking about some titties, or, you know, coming on someone, or, you know, whatever the topic may be. Who knows? But I don't know. It's just rough to run a show, Michelle. I get it. But yeah, I would just maybe try and working on some content ideas for your live streams. You know, if you're going to do live streams, maybe try and come up with a topic for the day or some content. Or, you know, if you're going to take phone calls, go with the phone calls, Michelle. People are calling.
Daily horoscope readings to start out the show. I have to find a source for those, because you got 12 zodiac signs.
Yeah.
And
horoscopes, I'm not really into it. I mean, I don't know if you'd have to do like everyone's horoscope. Maybe, I don't know how that would work. You know, daily horoscopes is a good idea. You know, yeah, you know, maybe just try and have a topic and, you know, stick with that. Or if again, people call in, Michelle, asking if they can move in, you know, as a homeless shelter, you got to figure it's a prank phone call. Michelle, go with it sometimes. You know, ask them what type of stuff they'd like at the hotel. You know. Tell them you'll charge them $50 a night. You know, just have some fun with it. You never do that. You never go with the calls, Michelle. You just always hang up on the people. You never go with them. That's the problem. Try and let loose a little bit. It's something you'll have to get into a habit of. But yeah, try and take more calls and entertain the caller. You know what I mean? If they say, I got a cat I want to drop off, Michelle, tell them you can only drop it off between 3 and 4 a.m. You know, just mess with the people. Have fun with them.
Well, what do you think about Stan's comment, which is the last one he said, second to last one. He said, quote, if they cross the line and you condone it, you could end up losing your channel. What's your opinion on that?
I mean, if people are calling in being racist and saying a bunch of crazy things, sure, I can understand you hanging up on them, Michelle. But I mean, if they're just calling up and saying some crazy shit to you, that's not going to get your YouTube channel taken away. Trust me.
Well, they were saying I was a racist, and they were doing that in the last year.
That was last year. Is your YouTube channel taken away?
No, but then my channel wasn't monetized either, and there was no advertisers at that point.
If it's monetized or not. I mean, yeah, no one's doing that to you this year, though, Michelle. You know, like you're talking about things in the past. No one's calling in, calling you a racist or.
Right. But also right now, one thing that Michelle is really seriously wondering is, given the fact that the callers are not there, is it worth it for her to invest in getting more phone lines put in?
No, definitely not. Definitely not, Michelle. We've told you that. No, it's not worth investing in. It's a waste of money. You're not going to get calls from the UK. You're not going to get calls from anywhere outside of the US. Yeah, it's definitely a waste of money. No, I would definitely not get another phone line. 100% no.
Yeah, I agree with you, Skynet. It's and Paul, I agree. It's the phone lines right now. It doesn't make any sense to upgrade them. As far as the internet part,
I mean, I would upgrade your internet. Sure, you could definitely use some better internet, Michelle. But I mean, I definitely would not get another phone line again, considering you hang up on the majority of the callers anyway. You know, what if the people in the UK start calling in with pranks? You're just gonna hang up on them, right? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. I mean,
yeah,
I can't answer that.
I would just love to encourage you, Michelle, to try and just take phone calls and whether they're saying something crazy or not, kind of just go with it. You know, people were saying, you know, again, Michelle, if someone calls in and says your house is a the DEA is not going to come to your house, Michelle. I promise you that. Unless you have drugs in your house, they're not going to come to your house. So
Let me ask you a question, Paul.
Sure.
Okay, about the past. About
Sure.
when I said the past, about 2 months ago.
Sure.
Did you think that the people that were swatting me were actually trying to do it to have fun?
To do it to have fun, I would say they were doing it to get the reaction out of you, Michelle. I don't think they were doing it necessarily to harm you. They weren't swatting you. They were more of giving you a welfare check. I don't think they were doing it to harm you, but I do believe they were doing it to get a reaction out of you, and they did not get the reaction they wanted, so they've moved on. Thankfully, I'm very glad they have.
Well, what kind of reaction do you think they wanted?
What's that?
What kind of reaction do you think they wanted?
You know, just, well, you know, at first you kind of got upset about it. Then you kind of just, you know, you were like, okay, whatever. I think they, you know, wanted you to get upset, you know, what you did at first, which is understandable, 100%. But, you know, yeah, but, you know.
So basically they wanted to see me constantly get postal every time the police would show up to my door.
Yeah, that's what they wanted, Michelle, and that's what didn't happen. And I'm glad that they have moved on. That doesn't happen anymore, Michelle. I did not like seeing that happen to you, but you had a great attitude about it, Michelle. That's the point. You had an amazing attitude, and the people moved on. That's what you need to do with some of the phone calls and some of the trolls. You just have to have that good attitude. Don't give them that reaction they want, and have fun with it a little bit, you know? I know it's a bit different situation than the police showing up to your door. You know, you did great at that, Michelle. Again, I'm real proud of you. You handled that situation pretty good, aside from, you know, having some random person help you. You didn't know who they were. I think you did great on that situation. And that's what you kind of need to do, Michelle. Just kick back a little bit, have a little bit of fun. You know, some videos, you'll keep your monetization. Some, maybe you'll lose it. But if you do, it's not that big of a deal, you know? Really
Patty says it would be nice if there was a topic stated at the beginning of the stream. Just stick with that topic, as the call-in line is very confusing in my own opinion. In my opinion, how you doing, Timey Road?
Well, I get it can be kind of hard to come up with topics every day, Michelle. But like a lot of the times, you'll just literally come in and talk about stimulus check, and it's the same thing, you know, over and over. Maybe try getting into current events.
Well,
you know,
I'm not the only channel that did that and basically got hundreds, if not thousands, of subscribers. There were a few other channels covering the stimulus check, and they have, well, besides the stimulus check, like one covers real estate and stock investing, one talks about selling products on eBay, on Amazon, in addition to the stimulus. But where he finally hit 100 or almost 400,000 subs was when he started covering the stimulus, specifically the stimulus checks in the news. That's when he exploded on the scene.
Well, like you said, in the news, you know, there were 2 police officers run over in Washington this past week. We didn't cover that. I mean, I
did know about that, but I didn't know.
Right, because that's what I'm saying.
And I know that the driver got out of the car with a knife, and they shot him dead in point blank range.
We didn't talk about that once. I mean, that's pretty big, you know.
But since they shot him dead in point blank range and capital punishment has been ensued, we don't know what his real reason for doing that was. But that's clearly his intention was not necessarily very nice.
Yeah, there's tons of stuff that's going on around, Michelle, and you used to cover all that. You literally used to cover all the stuff that was going on in the world, Michelle, and now it's just been stimulus. What am I going to buy with my stimulus? I need my monetization. Stimulus. give you some donations, stimulus. I mean, that's all your content has been lately, you know. So it's you kind of have to have some fun, make some music, have some phone calls to kind of lighten up.
Sometimes I sing. Sometimes I make up music.
You know, yeah. Sometimes you sing, Michelle. But again, if someone puts on music, you shut it down in like 5 seconds. You know.
No, because if I make my own music, then I can't say I'm doing copyright infringement.
Yeah.
See,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just wish you'd kind of loosen up a bit, you know, a little bit more with the show, Michelle. You know, I don't know.
Again, I don't actually think Mike actually goes in the dumpsters and gets the cans. I think, well, maybe he does. I think sometimes he gets cans from his friends that can't get to pick, or he sees them on the curb. You know,
Mike?
Not everybody returns the cans to the store. And so he sees a can. Yeah, he probably fishes out some cans out of dumpsters. But a lot of people lock the dumpster now with padlocks, so he can't necessarily always get the cans.
What do you get? 5 cents a can, Michelle, for the return? 5 cents?
5 cents, yeah. Just same as Michigan, yeah.
That's tough. 20 bottles for $1. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually give my cans
Tommy
away.
Said it was fun when we had that guest that tune. Maybe we had some fun games. That's what we were going to do. We were going to work on that project, but it kind of got furloughed. Oh, by the way,
yeah, guests are always great, Michelle.
Joe Biden says he is going to consider resuming building of Trump's wall because he sees that the wall is becoming an important part. And so,
well, that's good. At least he's
so that's something that we now know that Joe Biden is saying is, oh, maybe Trump was right. Maybe we do need to finish this wall.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. What do you think about the wall, Michelle? What are your thoughts on the wall?
I think the wall was essential because the existing wall was never, the one that it was replaced was not very good.
I agree. What do you think? What are your thoughts on the wall? Do you whereas
Donald Trump basically really worked really hard to make the wall a very strong, fortified barrier.
Do you agree, Michelle, with them trying to keep people out of this country like that, or should we let them in? What is your opinion on that?
I think the problem is that they need to go through the normal process to become American citizens. There is reasons why we have the rules we do through immigration and naturalization. It was never intended for this country to be overrun with people that don't want to go through the proper channels. I do agree that sometimes the American immigration policy is a little bit extreme and a little bit complicated. But right now, the problem is our own current population in the United States is already suffering. We cannot feed, clothe more people than we already have. We have to service the American people that are already here.
I agree.
Well, yeah, walls unfortunately do both. But then again, don't forget, if you look at the southern border of Mexico, which is right above Guatemala, they had a wall. People from Guatemala and Honduras bulldozed it down. And the Mexican army was not able to stop all those people that were flooding into Mexico.
Yeah.
And Pueblo Sin Fronteras, which is People Without Borders, was encouraging these caravans that were doing these kind of destruction.
Yeah, it's a bit extreme, but yeah, I encourage it. We need to get some of these people out of this country. I don't know. I don't really. So Michelle, you said you spent some of your stimulus. You said you got your MacBook ordered.
Yes,
you ordered a MacBook this morning.
Yeah, they'll probably be here on the 14th.
The 14th, so a week from today.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That should be exciting for you.
I hope it works out. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't. I mean, it's I
Yeah,
don't know anything about how well OBS is going to work with the video card in it, because
it works
it's
for you
only
too.
got 256 megabytes of RAM as a mobile video card. So I don't know how well OBS is going to work, but maybe OBS will work okay.
Yeah, I hope so. Hope it works
If
out
not,
for
we
you.
know CamTwist will, because CamTwist was being used on 1.7 gigahertz Intel Core 2 Duo on a desktop Mac, iMac. So even though it was a little choppy,
Maybe it'll come preloaded up with some like some programs and maybe some porn or something. You know, you said it's a one from eBay. Maybe you'll get some stuff on it when you fire it up. It'd be fun to go through and see what's on the laptop.
thank you, Patty. Appreciate it. Okay. So I mean, so right now, but what's good about it, if it works like it's supposed to work, is we're gonna use this camera. This is a USB camera. We're gonna take this one outside with us, and that way we can set this camera further back, plugs into the USB port, and we can either use OBS's built-in mixer application to mix in the sound, mix in the Google Voice, mix in the Google Meets, without going through the mixer board like we have now. Because after all, do you really want to lug a mixer on top of everything else?
Right.
Oh yes, I did buy a matching Kensington lock, so I can chain the laptop to the desk.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. So when you go to the soup kitchen, no one will walk away with your laptop.
Right. I don't want my laptop to grow legs because I want to break other legs. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a good idea, Michelle.
So
you know, Michelle, you said you got out yesterday. You had some errands. You had a nice walk. I'm glad you did that. I kind of encourage you to try and do that more often as well, Michelle. Maybe just, even if you don't have anywhere to go, just take a nice little walk, you know, around the block or something, get some fresh air. You got your stimulus now. You have less to stress about. I honestly, Michelle, would love for you just to relax and have a bit more fun with your show, especially the night ones.
By the way, they say I'm still not sure where like I said after the show last night, I took the time to try to clean the walls, get the handprints off the door jambs and stuff.
Yeah.
I spent like 3 hours cleaning the house just because it was a mess. But anyway, I was talking about briefly on the show. The ways to neutralize the damage of chlorine bleach was to use hydrogen peroxide. The problem is they didn't tell me of what strength you start with. You go with 100%, or if you go with the USP medical grade, or what. So, and that's supposed to help to neutralize the chlorine. But I don't know exactly chemically how it does that. Because
I'm not sure. Maybe something to Google.
I mean, does it make a precipitate that's gonna stay in your clothes? That's gonna take a while to wash out.
I don't imagine peroxide would take much to wash out. You know, it's not that strong of a chemical. I mean, opposed to bleach. You know, I mean, I've drinking peroxide before. I've never drinking bleach.
Yeah, I agree, Patty. And I see Schmeckel and Skynet as co-hosts that are important to the show, as Monica, as is Blazing Leo. They all are important. And you guys make the show work because you guys can spell me at the wheel, so to speak. Because you guys know that sometimes I won't bring things up unless I'm kind of reminded.
Yeah. You know, Michelle, I wanted to come on here this morning, Michelle, just to, you know, I love your show, Michelle. I love you. You know that. I just would love for you to just have a little bit more fun and, you know, just have a little bit more fun.
Maybe if Michelle knew when the fun was and when so that she knew ahead of time, like somebody was going to joke about that stuff, maybe she would have been more willing to go there. No one told her nothing.
Well, no one knows though, Michelle. That's the thing. That's the point, Michelle. We didn't know anyone was going to call you about like homeless people in the hotel as much as you didn't know. That's the thing. These things aren't like planned out
Right.
by anyone on the show. They're just random people calling in. That's why you got to kind of have to take it back a notch and say, okay, well, this isn't real, and then maybe have a little fun with it, opposed to getting just so discouraged. I don't want to see you discouraged, Michelle. I want you to have fun, but I don't want you to also, I want you to have your monetization, but I don't want you to worry about it all the time.
Well, let me just answer one question for Patty. As far as the repeated stimulus information, that's why I don't really watch too much of It's Jimmy anymore for the same reason, because he's been repeating the same news over and over again about what the politicians doing, and after a while, it's like, Jimmy, you're talking the same news repeatedly.
And Michelle, you have to think about that for your show. You understand that? You get that now? Like you're just saying right now, you don't want to hear the same thing over and over and over again, right?
Right.
So you got to kind of take that rule and apply it to your show, and understand that people.
Well, I do. I understand that very well.
Yeah.
But like I said, I mean, I was very rightfully concerned because of the fact that on the local level, people were asking me what's going on because I didn't have a clue because no one was telling them anything. And I was the only one that had any information at all. And of course, they asked me to let them know what was going on. So, and that's what we did. I shared the information I could because that's.
I guess, but yeah, I mean.
But now we got the stimulus check for this time, so we're all set for now. I mean,
right. So don't spend the next times talking about, okay, well, let's look at the next stimulus check that's coming up. We just got this one. Let's take a break from the stimulus for a little while. Who cares? I haven't even got mine yet. I don't even know if I'll get one.
By the way, my hair appointment, as I said, is next week, but that's going to be $75 because they gotta rebleach the whole head. But then after that, it's gonna be $55 a month. So what I had to do was, that's why I put the full $1,000 in savings.
Right.
So that way the money is safely snug in a little bed there, which hopefully will pay for a mattress too. But
yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Michelle. What are you gonna go check on mattresses tomorrow when you go out shopping with Krista?
It's funny you should mention that because Krista was thinking about doing that tomorrow.
Yeah, I think you should. You got your money. You should go pick you out a nice mattress.
So then I'll have to go ahead and contact my bank and send the money from my savings back to my checking. Well,
yeah. You not have money in your checking account now?
I don't know if you have to do it like tomorrow, but yeah, okay.
You could just use the money you have in your checking account now, Michelle, and then replace it.
Then we got about 400 at this point in my checking because the rent just cleared. So
yeah. All right, Michelle. Well,
so as long as the mattress,
I got
as
some
long
company.
as the mattress
I'm gonna jump out of here, Michelle. I'll talk to you a little bit later. Everyone in chat, have a good day. And I might stop in tonight. I'm not sure, but yeah, just try and cut back, have a little, let loose a little bit. Michelle, go with the flow. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the callers. Enjoy the chat. Don't let things get to you.
Patty says, Michelle, please know that I'm not trying to be mean at all. Just giving you how I feel. You have great co-hosts, and it's awesome how they support you. And MJ gives you 2 thumbs up, Schmeckle. So
awesome. Well, I appreciate it, guys. And Michelle, again, just try and relax, enjoy the show a bit more. I'm not sure if I'll be on tonight because I got some stuff going on, but I'll be around. You can always contact me if you need me as well. So I'm gonna take off though. Again, I got some company, Michelle.
All right.
I will talk to you later. Everyone in the chat as well. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.
All right. So now we know that. Yeah. So basically, we're gonna go down to the mattress place tomorrow and try a mattress, but I'm gonna tell the salesman straight out I'm gonna have to keep the price unless I want to go take money back out of my savings account my savings account again, and say, hey, you have to keep it under $300. Because I want to be sure I don't need the foundation. I just need the mattress. I don't need the foundation. I already have one. And then, of course, they're going to charge you for the delivery. They do, yes. Okay. And then hauling out the old one, and yes. Okay. Well. Oh. So tomorrow, me and Krista are going to go to Torrington. Try to get some stuff done in Torrington instead of Winstead. So I'm going to be on later on in the afternoon because we allocated 3 hours. But yeah, we'll see how it goes with that. Yeah. Oh, either way, I don't really want to blow the whole. I got 1,275 in the savings account right now, so I don't want to spend all that money because I'm also trying to earn interest too. So, yeah, well, to see what happens with the mattress. I'm not used to drinking coffee in the morning. Ugh. I normally make tea, but Mike brought some iced coffees for me yesterday from Gumby's. And these in the plastic cups, not these foam ones. And he said, you can always heat it in the microwave. I said, yeah, I know I can, but I usually don't. Because I usually drink coffee cold. But I'm just not used to drinking coffee in the morning anymore, as I usually drink tea. Stan says, be ready, Michelle. They will try to upset you with some sell you with 12 months of no interest store credit. They might. Which could be a good thing. Could be a bad thing. Could be both. It could be good because maybe Michelle could work on her improving her credit score. But then again, it would be a bad thing too because the means is gonna do a soft probe on my credit rating, something like that. So then you're gonna end up. I don't know. Because I'm just gonna tell the guy nicely. Say, hey, can I pay cash? Speaking of boring shows, I haven't even been playing World of Warcraft lately either. So, I'm sure the World of Warcraft channel players are wondering where I am. Yeah, your World of Warcraft channel is kind of dead. Yeah. But then again, you don't exactly advertise it much. I don't think World of Warcraft game playing or any game playing channels are really necessarily going to be bringing in a lot of money. Maybe you run into major headliners like Asmongold. Yeah, Asmongold TV on Twitch. He brings in a lot of people because he's been doing it for years. So, just like it says right there, if you would like to subscribe to the channel or play WoW. Yeah, well, we don't have a lot of subscribers. We got like 100. Yeah, something like that. So anyway, what's going on with the dishes? Now, that's another topic, like you mentioned in the beginning of the show. Seems that Pfaltzgraff can't figure out who they're supposed to send the replacement dishes to. Because on I don't know where I put it now, but on my copy of the invoice, it said you're supposed to send them to MicheleMarieDalene. But according to them, the names on their computer for that same invoice is the names and addresses of the people who actually ordered the dishes through Amazon. And it was suggested that I should call in and let them know that I had 2 damaged cups and 2 damaged bowls. And now the problem is that the company can't figure out who they're supposed to ship them to. And they said to me, well, your name is not on the invoice. And I said, yeah, well, yes, it is. And I was going to show them the other one, and I realized I didn't know where to put it. I think I threw it up by mistake because that was all resolved. So I found my name and address and invoice number on the box. So I took a snapshot of the shipping address and the track on the box. And they said, yes, that indeed does help us confirm that it was sent to you. So, yes, technically, you are the one who's supposed to get the bowls and the 2 cups. Then I got another message from another sales associate giving me, addressing me as one of the people who shipped the item or ordered the item, and saying that your bowl, said bowl, single, will be here shortly in about 5 to 7 days. And I said nicely to the person on email, said, which address are you sending it to? Because they can't seem to figure out where the bowl is supposed to go to. If you're well disciplined and offered 90 days, same as cash, no interest, no fees, it's a great option. Well, that's true. How much down deposit do I have to put on it, though? That's the question. Yeah, I mean, so like I said, I thought that was kind of weird because it was like how that one order is giving the dishware maker a headache because they can't figure out where they're supposed to order it or ship it to. Here's another one. Here it says, this is the latest one from. It says, Dear Michelle, so far only one French lace white bowl was submitted in the replacement order. The bowl will be shipped to the address below. Okay, that's fine. Please find the address. Oh boy, now I gotta go dig those up. You got them on the phone. Okay, yeah, I'll send it. I'll send the pictures of the bowls and the cups. I got those pictures. Okay, so there's. Oh, all right. So they say they see there's one bowl, but they do have my address. Finally, they got to fix the address. Okay. We apologize for any inconvenience this has caused. All right. So I will contact them when I get a chance afterwards because Michelle, you have the bowls in the Yeah, I do. Okay. Wait. What? You got? I know I do. So, but the problem is they're on my cell phone. They're not on here. Okay. So Instacart. What's this? Gary Franchi. YouTube. Nah. Okay. I'm just cleaning out some of the garbage on my phone here. Okay. So this is just an example, and of course, there was a message here, which it says, Michelle is the only. Okay, then it says, and then I have a separate message from me. See, do you see now why this is getting confusing? Because, like, first, like, okay, I pull up all the other orders. Let's see if I can pull out the other numbers here. Okay, did you have. Okay, thank you for email records indicate that you ordered the French lace green dinner sets from a third party seller. Okay. So we'll take care of that later on. Yeah, no big deal. It's a bit frustrating and annoying. So at least it sounds like they're kind of figuring it out now. All right. So, if you're well disciplined and offered 90 days, same as cash, no interest, no fees, is a great option. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that works, but I think they're saying is like if you can pay the bill off in less than 90 days, you'll be fine. Depending on how much Michelle spends on the mattress, probably will spend no more than $300. At least that's the idea, anyway. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not gonna go get that space foam stuff there, because I talked to some people who have similar injuries with their backs, and they said for you with your knee injury, those would be terrible because you'd sink right into the mattress, and you'd be almost impossible to get out of bed because you would be just like stuck. Because you depend on a more firm surface to get up. So I don't know about individually wrapped springs either. I got to find something that's not going to cost me an arm and a leg, no pun intended. So still, I have to admit, I find that kind of, frustrating about the bowl. Why? Because, like, the bowl, I know what they are. I know what the pictures are. They're in scent. Yes. So we're just going to go back and grab the scent pictures. Oh, okay. Sure. There's the first one. So I just gotta download it. Yep. Download it to my computer. And then put it into downloads. Hit save. I found it. Yay. All right. And then the other one is over here. Let's see. That's the cups. Download. Hey. Oh, you clicked on the wrong button. Oh, I got it right now. All right. So, save. All right. So I don't have to go right grab my phone. I'm just going to send those two pictures back up to them tonight. Or after the show here. But you can send them now. That's all you want. It's just the two pictures. Oh, okay. That's all I have to do? Yeah. So just send them out. You already have the address. Yeah. All right. So just send out the pictures. Respond to it. Okay. So hit reply. Reply. Okay. Here is the pictures of the four damaged pieces. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to the photographs. All right, so does that go? Okay, upload from my computer. Yep. Okay, so select photos to upload and turn on the video snapshots so I can see them. Make sure I get the right ones. I don't think they want me to send the wrong pictures. They're not too bad about sending the wrong pictures. I know I'm not, but it's just like I want to send them the right one. They start with IMG. Oh, there they are. 1 and 2. Okay, go. Send. Okay. So, I don't know. I was going to slow Fell's graph. Basically, it's already uploading. And then they're going to try to figure out what happened, how the order got mixed up. Still don't know how, because the shipping was from a third buyer. I wonder if in the future, if the company is going to have to fix that. Let's see. I said, please send a photo of the auctionables. All right. Good thing I didn't throw that picture away. Okay. I said, here is the bull. Okay. All right. Here is the pictures of the 4 damaged pieces. Okay. Michelle, can you probably turn on that so, like, and prevent it from being an inline picture? Because it's kind of confusing. Sure. Bingo. Oh, that's even better. Perfect. All right, send it out. Move on. Yeehaw! Get out the door. Okay, that's now on its way. All right, so is that sent? It should be. Yep. Okay, that's sent. So that's cool. So we got so apparently, I guess there was a question because there was a third party, which is Amazon gift system. That was part of the whole confusion. I don't know, So anyway, the thing is, it's fixed for now. So tonight's show, maybe not tonight. Well, tonight I was hoping that eventually soon is that we'll be doing the show outside, but maybe next week when the computer comes, we will be trying to do a show outside. Maybe we'll do the Good Morning World outside on the porch, because it should be getting warm enough. Anyway, it was confirmed that the soup kitchen, according to George at the soup kitchen, he said that they're going to try their best to get the soup kitchen open for November. However, we all know that the COVID-19 is not exactly making things easy for people to figure out what's the best solution. The good news is that this year the flu season didn't really have any impact on a lot of people. Right, this year the flu season didn't do much. So people this flu season, which normally get the flu, didn't get the flu. So now all the flu manufacturers are like, okay, since we don't know what kind of flu vaccine to generate for 2022, they have to figure out what kind of strains of the flu are now going around, or virulence of the flu. Variants, not strains. Strains, variants. I get mixed between types. So they have to figure out what kind of vaccine to generate for the season of 2022. So they don't know yet. Okay. Because there hasn't been enough flu cases to get enough virology information to determine what the vaccine cocktail is going to be this year. So, gotta admit that's kind of frustrating. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, this is the way I see it. Okay, so the COVID-19 situation has encouraged people to be more cautious and careful than they normally are during a normal flu season. And so people were not trying to basically play Russian roulette as much with their hygiene. And so people were staying home, trying to protect themselves, wear masks, wash your hands. And so the flu didn't really establish itself like it normally does every year. So, but the flu will never seem to be a thing of the past because for some reason it adapts every year. But I think I don't know. I mean, maybe someday, if we kept with this COVID-19 routine, I think I've been trying to do for months. Yeah, you're gonna have a little more people in bedlam for sure. Losing grip with reality, absolutely. But then at the same time, maybe the flu virus will become a thing of the past. Because if it's not spreading around, it can't grow and mutate. Because it needs a host to do that. So maybe someday it'll be the point the only way you can get a flu is to catch it in a medical museum or a medical lab. Who knows? Maybe they'll come up with something that's a new version of flu that will make COVID-19 look like a kid's toy. Oh, dear God. I hope not. But some rogue scientist out there might do just that. There's always money to be made by rogue scientists that don't care about ethics. Saying things like, you want to pay us to make people get sick? You want to pay us to make new bioweapons? Sure, that's fine with me. I don't care. I'll take your money. I'll make your poisons. I'll make your toxins. Makes me wealthy. Makes you happy. You get to kill more people. Oh, except I'm the kind of person that would like to see people be happy in their lives. So, never trust. I mean, seriously, I always say this. Never trust a person that all they ever think about is making money, regardless of ethics and morality. Because for them, their money is their god, and so if they think that to worship their god more, that they can cause harm and unethical treatment, then that just says one thing about their personality. They worship the almighty dollar, or the almighty euro, or the almighty pound, or the almighty won, or the almighty yen. It doesn't matter what you call it. Okay? When you're willing to sacrifice humanity for money, it just tells me that you're not such a good person. So if any scientist that does this unethical thing, I find that distasteful. But there are people that would do it, though. There are people that would do it. I just don't know how they can get away, sleep with it at night, knowing that they're going to basically be cleaning the world and destroying everybody's lives and having family members get sick with their viruses. It does make me wonder about their integrity. Well, so tomorrow morning we will be later in the day. Okay, just like again remind you, we will not be alive at 10. Well, we'll be alive, but we'll be in Torrington. So, which means that the show will be later in the day. And if it's too late in the day, we'll just wait until tomorrow night because that'll be easier. Okay, so if we're not home by 12 noon, It probably means that we'll probably be alive at 7 o'clock at night. So just be aware of that. The same is true with next week with the hair appointment. Now we know that normally takes about an hour. Okay, I gotta go down there and see Tori at 10 a.m. next Thursday. So theoretically, I should be home for 12 noon. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Okay. Oh, don't forget I got to do blood work tomorrow. Oh yes, yeah, I gotta remind Krista about that. Oh yeah. All right, so Stan says, I believe we are accumulated karma, positive and negative, of many past lifetimes. Our actions in this lifetime directly impact where we end up in the next one. It does. Yeah, it does. And, but it also, don't forget that we can also evolve on other planets too. We don't have to just evolve on this one. So, maybe some people may, and depending on the situation, may want to have a choice. May have a choice option where they can go. You can either go back to Earth and try again, or you can go somewhere else and try again. How you doing, Craig? Michelle, good morning. I just wanted to let you know that it's Craig from Long Island. That I woke up to my stimulus deposit in my checking account. Check deposit, so things are looking up. So don't give up. Yes, I got mine. Yeah, I got it. It was pending last Friday, but I couldn't get it until today. So I got it this morning. So I did finally buy the MacBook I wanted. And then I put 1,000 of it into my checking account, into my savings account. So now my savings account has $1,275. It's not bad. Yeah, 1,275. 1,275. Michelle, maybe you could do a video while you are having hair done. That would really be cool. And I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. I mean, maybe. I don't know how long my phone will run. I won't be able to read the chat though. A lot of the time the hair is waiting for the actual bleach to work. It's not. Well, I did videos about when it was known as Eclipse Salon, and then it became Jessica's Barbershop later on after it was Eclipse Salon. It's kind of interesting. It still says Eclipse Barbershop on the door. It's kind of funny because it gets confusing. So Jessica, which operates the Eclipse Barbershop, as it's now called, also works and operates the Eclipse Hair Salon in Torrington on Winstead Road as well. I think she runs both at the same time. Where before, the ownership of the salon was kind of complicated. First it was Sandy, then it was Keith. Then Keith sold it to Jessica. Jessica also bought the Torrington one and then expanded into Torrington. And at the same time, she kept the Winstead one because the Winstead one was very valuable for people in Winstead that don't have cars to get to the Torrington store. So I'd have to see how that would work. And then they downsized the Winstead store because they didn't need to do as many hair touch-ups anymore. Almost website for those who want to call a party. Yeah. Anyway, also don't forget that we have still have the coffee mugs, the t-shirts, and the sweatshirts available at our store on Streamlabs. And we still have our Patreon memberships as well. So if you want to be a patron, it's easy to do. Nightbot shows you how to become a member of Patreon. And so that'd be kind of cool. Michelle, that's a great. Keep building that bad boy up, and you'll hopefully get a house with your friend Ed and suggestion. I've looked into your area, and they do have mobile home parks for 55 and above. They do, yes. They do, but I'm 53. But there is one mobile home park in my area. Yeah, but we rather get a house, not a mobile home. Yeah, the park is kind of old, but there is one park on the other side of town. So I think a house would be better, but I mean, I could tell you right now, the land in Connecticut is a little bit expensive. Don't even worry about the chat. Just do a regular video and post it. And give the name of the salon. What that might be nice of you to get over 1,000 viewers. They might even give you a discount. I would get a discount because I am actually their walking billboard, so to speak, with the hair being bleached. They actually do give me a discount because of that reason. Because normally, like Jessica told me, they usually charge a little bit more for doing the hair. Like a retouch like mine would be like $65, $70. And she's just charging me $55 because their prices went up, you know. So that's something. A video is not a problem. I've done videos before, but they didn't really come out too well. Well, right now, I would say. So, what's your plans for today? Today, yeah. I have no idea. I gotta put some bags in the tip. I got some garbage to throw downstairs. So I'll probably just throw some garbage into the tip and get that done with. And then we'll wash the laundry. You got sheets to wash. I got sheets to wash. It's true. Yeah. See about that. All right, guys. I think that pretty much wraps it up for now. But I just want to say thank you for watching the morning show. Here's something I would like to ask all of you to do, and this is something that should be relatively easy if you're able to get in contact with your friends. We need to have more viewers watching the content. This morning show, we had a high of 8 viewers in the morning shows. The morning shows really need more participation. The night shows do as well. But word of mouth goes a long way because I don't think I'm very good at it. I mean, I'm involved in the chats and other channels and message boards, but for some reason, I don't see too many people coming to me and saying, "Hi, Michelle, I saw you on BigClive.com, or I saw you in Electroboom, or I saw you on Ave, and I want to see what your channel is about." So, but if you know anybody that you think, especially with the morning show, given its low impact, that would be a good candidate to watch the show or to join the panels, please ask them to come join the show and check it out. It would be nice to see new voices and new faces. And this is where you guys can let others know that you like the content. Because you guys can give testimonials. And some may actually have more faith in you because they're your friends. Of course, I do admit that not everybody is going to be into this kind of content. But, hey, it's a start. Right? Try to get the word out there. I mean, there's over 6 billion, 7 billion YouTubers. Certainly, there are other channels like mine out there. Certainly, you might have some people that watch those kind of channels too. So if you have friends in those kind of channels that like this kind of morning shows, have them come out and check out this show. I will do my best to try to keep you guys, in mind when we're watching the chat and all that, and so that is definitely where you come in. Exactly. Because you guys are going to be the ones that are going to be the people that they know and trust because they know that you're speaking from their own experience. Michelle, string sign 55, a real bargain, and first the home goes. I believe that I know the land is expensive in Connecticut, and I see you need 27% down. I'm not sure with all the different mortgages. With the interest rate the way it is now, it is time to move as quickly as possible. And I know finances prevail. Absolutely, it's time to move fast. Because once the Federal Reserve decides to do a reverse of quantitative easing and does quantitative hardening, yeah, you're going to see the interest rate go up for commercial lending rate. And that means that if you can lock in a 30-year fixed rate now, this would be great. Unfortunately, my credit score is subprime. Ed's is subprime. He is not a first-time homeowner because his mother originally gave him her house when she passed away. He sold the house later. But I would be a first-time homeowner. So clearly, I would think that we would be able to get also on the programs for disabled homeowners too, because we're both disabled. He has physical injuries. I have physical injuries. And so that would be fantastic for both of us. So, yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Everybody, thank you very much for coming to the morning show. Please do take Michelle's suggestion and share this video with your friends. Ask them to check it out. Let them know that sometimes the hostess, or the hostesses, plural, sometimes need you guys to kind of start the topic or bring the questions up. And but Michelle is pretty animated, and she'll talk to you about a variety of topics. Anything, really. As long as it's in good taste. That's what we need, yeah. So for now, guys, thank you very much for being on the morning show, and we'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So for now, you all have a nice day, okay? Bye-bye. Bye, everybody.